I walked away from a cushy C-suite job in the beauty industry, insider access, high salary, top brands, all to do something a little crazy, which I think is needed to be your guide to better skin naturally without intervention. Because let's be honest, the beauty industry thrives on confusion. There is just so much information out there, too many products, too many ingredients, and it's still very difficult to find ones that are truly skin compatible. So here I am, your personal guide, hoping I didn't just throw my career away. Just joking. Well, halfway. Today, tackling one of the most underrated and yet most important step in your skincare routine, which is cleansing. So I put some cleansers on this tray here. About half of them at least are on thebeautydoctrine.com. So those are obviously my favorites, the ones I've vetted, used for many years, recommended to my clients. I'll start with those, but I will get to the rest because I'm constantly testing and vetting new brands. This might be a two-part video. We'll see how it goes. But before we get to the review part, I want to establish why cleansing is extremely important and what to look for. So even if you don't consider any of the cleansers I'm going to cover today, you'll at least walk away with what to look for and how important that cleanser is to your overall skincare routine and skin health. Something I've seen over my 28-year career is that people obsess over single ingredients, actives, all these powerful exfoliants, peptides, and so on. So moisturizer, serum, not so much sunscreen. Many people don't care about sunscreen, which is unfortunate, but moisturizer, serum, masks. Masks very often are useless. And then they overlook the one step that can be detrimental to their skin if they do it incorrectly. So here's the number one rule for a good cleanser. It should remove oil, dirt, grime, sunscreen, makeup without wreaking havoc on your barrier layer. So simple and yet so hard to find. So cleanser is not where you look for fancy ingredients. If you want those actives, find them in the leave-on products. So those are the things that you put on your skin, you just leave them on all day or all night, actually working and absorbing into your skin. Your cleanser should simply break down makeup and impurities without drying you. So let's establish what we're never going to touch that skin with. Soap. Soap is a no-no. It does not matter what ingredients go in there. You can be reading the ingredient label. It could say shea butter, peptides, does not matter. Soap requires this ingredient for it to actually get together, to bind. It's called lye, L-Y-E. And so it's basically, soap is a chemical reaction between lye and a certain fat. They bind together. If you apply them on your skin, what's happening, that lye is going to increase your pH as high as 9, which is so far off where your skin likes to be. So like your skin likes to be slightly acidic because that acidity is so important to fight off pathogens, right? And so an acidic environment is around 4.5 to 5.5. Too acidic is also bad. So we always want that sweet spot, slight acidity. Now, if you take soap and apply it on your skin, you just went from the very sweet spot to really highly inflamed spot that is extremely just dry and irritated. It becomes alkaline. An alkaline environment cannot fight off bacteria and pathogens, and it's very drying. Now that your skin is actually alkaline, it's so easy for it to start doing what? Just building up that bacteria and getting a breakout. So a lot of people that think they need to dry out their skin so much to fight off the breakout, they're actually encouraging it. The second big no-no when it comes to your cleanser is sulfates. Whenever you see SLS, sodium lauryl sulfate, SLS, whenever you see that, walk the other way, because that is detergent. That's the same thing that we wash clothes with, our dishes with, our cars with. You do not need detergent on your face because, again, that is very drying. So you're literally starting in the negative. We want to, at least in the morning, wash our faces and start from a neutral place. We're just kind of stacking, we're layering all of our really great ingredients on the skin But when you use soap or something with SLS, what you're doing, you're actually taking off points. You're going backwards, so you have so much ground to cover to get your skin to be normal and just not irritated. And many foam cleansers are actually not even that great at cleansing the skin. A lot of people confuse clean with tight and uncomfortable. So they think that the skin needs to be squeaky clean and really dry for it to be healthy. Not the case at all. It is much easier to hang on to your natural lipids that are naturally built into your skin structure than remove them and then try to replenish them with something like petrolatum or mineral oil or some rancid oil that's been sitting in a bottle. Next cleanser that we never want to touch our skin with is a makeup wipe. Makeup wipes are terrible for the environment. They are just harmful chemicals. I just wish I had the power to just boop and ban them. Very often they have fragrances, they have lots of preservatives, harsh chemicals, unnecessary. And plus, if this is your pore, a makeup wipe cannot go into the pore and dissolve anything. It doesn't have all this liquid that's going to interact with all the structure of the skin and actually remove everything. So you're literally going back and forth over the pores and just scratching your skin, scratching the surface of the skin, introducing toxins to your skin and pushing all that makeup, primer, sunscreen further into the pore. Get rid of the wipes. They do not belong in your skincare routine. Also, this is going to be surprising to most people. Get rid of the micellar water. Anything that's water-based typically will need a high amount of preservatives, and those micellar waters generally need you to use cotton. Cotton is one of the most sprayed crops in pesticides and herbicides, so you're pushing all of those toxins into the skin and just irritating that very delicate barrier layer. Now let's get to what works. All right, so before we get to reviewing some cleansers, let's just establish we want to cleanse once in the morning, always with something very gentle, and twice at night. Very important, non-negotiable. The nighttime cleanse needs to start with an oil-based cleanser, regardless of your skin type, because oil is really the only thing that's going to break down gunk, impurities, dirt, makeup, all that, sunscreen, all of it needs an oil to break it all down. And then the second cleanser is the one that's going to be compatible with your skin type. So that's often a cream cleanser if you are normal to dry, or a foaming cleanser that if you are oily, combination, acneic, you just have to make sure that it's detergent free. That out of the way, let's review some oil-based cleansers. Starting with my number one choice, and that is Taila Muhka, a botanical oil cleanser. You can find this one on my website. It's a little pricey, but I love it. I hardly ever recommend it to my clients because I always feel so bad because of the price point, $65 for an oil. But if you can afford a $65 cleanser, this is worth it. So let's examine why. The Taila cleansing oil is so simple. I'm looking at the ingredients here. It's probably less than 10 ingredients. First oil is sesame oil, which I adore. It's a very lightweight oil, so when you apply this, it's not gonna feel like an oil. It feels very, very light. So you get the benefits of an oil without that heavy texture. Second ingredient is castor oil, which is phenomenal for helping grow your lashes. So as you're massaging that oil into your lash line, into your brows, and of course on the rest of your face, the eyes and the brows are going to get that benefit of stimulating that hair growth without having to use a separate product. Third ingredient is papaya seed oil. Papaya is an enzyme. So those are going to help renew the skin without aggressive exfoliation. If there's anything that's sitting on the surface, it's going to remove it. It helps unclog pores. So it's perfect. I talk about gentle exfoliation. So you want to try and avoid really harsh exfoliation on a daily basis. You want to go with your exfoliated mask once a week. But if you're using an oil like this, you're introducing very, very, very gentle exfoliation into your cleansing routine without the risk of sensitivity or overdoing it. The other ingredient that I want to highlight here is turmeric oil. So if you're someone that needs to brighten their skin, if you have hyperpigmentation, you could totally benefit from the turmeric oil because it's anti-pigmentation and it's brightening. So the only ingredient I'm like a little bit unsure about is the lavender oil. Though it seems to be in a very, very low concentration, it doesn't smell like lavender. So lavender oil, for some people, it could be sensitizing. So I would give this product a 4.5 out of 5. It's got a lot of really great pluses, but I'm taking like half a point there just because of the lavender oil. So if you're someone that's sensitive, you could probably use this for a while, just not make it your go-to oil for months on end. So if you use this bottle, finish it, move on to something else so you can create that rotation so you're not falling into a place where you can be sensitive if you tend to be sensitive to lavender. That's about it. Really, really great product, super high quality. It's in a glass bottle, which is very nice. The next oil cleanser we'll be reviewing is Blübiome Nourishing Oil Cleanser. This is the number one that I recommend to almost every single client. I think just because it's not super pricey, I should probably start giving them the option between the Taila and the Blübiome. It's $42, really good size. I think, yeah, this is 4 ounces. This one is 3.4 ounces. So you get a bit more with this for $42. It's got about 20 ingredients that I'm looking at here. First ingredient is always the one that matters the most, and that is your sunflower seed oil, another very light oil. You got camellia seed oil, phenomenal, because it's super light. Works really well in breaking down dirt and impurities and sunscreen and so on without adding that heaviness. You have some shea butter in there, grapeseed oil, and then you have a bunch of different anti-aging oils like rosehip. This also has papaya in it, which helps with that little bit of an enzymatic activity. Overall, phenomenal cleanser. It feels really lightweight as well. So if you are acneic or oily, do not fear either of those two cleansers. They both get a 4.5 out of 5 from me. This one gets the half point knocked off because it's got some bergamot. And so bergamot is a citrus oil. You probably have heard me talk a lot about citrus. I don't like it in high doses on the skin. I don't like it in leave-on products because it can interact with the sun, but I give it a pass because it's in a cleanser. It's a wash-off product, but also it's in such a low concentration that you cannot detect it in there. So it's okay. I've been using this product specifically for probably 4 years now, and I'm as sensitive as they come, and I've never had a reaction from it. Next is the Odacité Omega Oil Cleanser. I'm actually using this right now. I just went and got it from my bathroom. This goes for $48, and I recommend this to my dry type clients. So I'm very dry. I can get away with this. I do not mind that it's richer. First ingredient in here is safflower oil, so that works really well. You have hemp seed oil, tends to be a little bit richer, and then olive oil. Olive oil is what makes it suitable for dry skin types only. It has a few more ingredients, but still around, I think it looks like a 10 to 15. You have sea buckthorn, you have antioxidants. So this has some additional benefits as far as heightened antioxidant activity in the skin. So it'll give you some benefits while you're massaging that oil into your face. I give this also a 4.5. Now, the Agent Nateur Holi Cleanse Oil is another oil cleanser that is suitable for drier skin types because it has that olive oil in there, except this time it's the first ingredient. So olive oil is really rich, it's decadent, suitable for those that are dry or very dry. You have safflower oil, you have jojoba, one of my very favorites, you have argan. So anything that's really suitable for dry skin, it's in there. You have castor oil as well. So going back to that stimulation of lash growth and eyebrows, the price on this one is $55. Great, it's always selling out, so a lot of people like it. And that's it for my review of oil-based cleansers, which are always your first step. My next video will go into cream-based cleansers. I'll be recording 1 or 2 more videos to cover a lot more cleansers that I have sitting right here. Until the next video, be well, be safe, be beautiful. Take care.